Hi, Studio Recapped here. Today, we're going to talk about a movie called Borderlands in the action, thriller genre. Spoiler alert is on, watch out and take care. You won't believe how much your support means. Thank you so much for your support. The story starts when a soldier named Roland, who is part of the Crimson Lance army, goes after a girl named Tina. Roland, following the orders of Tina's father Atlas, has come to find Tina and deliver her. In fact, all the Lances work for Atlas in one way or another. As soon as Tina is found, the Lances attack. A man named Krieg picks Tina up to save her. Roland changes his mind and helps him, and together they escape with Tina. Later, we meet a character named Lilith, a professional mercenary with power. Atlas's men come after Lilith, and after killing two of them and injuring one, Atlas connects with one of his men through a monitor and says, "I need your help to find my daughter, Tina, and I'll pay you well for this mission." Lilith, who never wanted to go to Pandora, finally heads there. After questioning locals and fighting a few psychos and a local killer, she boards a bus and goes after Tina. When Lilith arrives at her destination, she realizes that Tina and Roland have been on the run for a long time and have left. Lilith then meets an old and funny robot named Claptrap. He claims he's been on Pandora for 36 years and was designed to serve Lilith whenever she arrives. Claptrap identifies Tina's current location. Since it was a long walk to get there, Lilith forcefully takes a vehicle and heads to the spot. Lilith finds Tina. Tina claims Roland left her a long time ago and pretends to miss her father. As soon as Lilith is about to use a device Atlas gave her to notify him that Tina has been found, Tina escapes by detonating a bomb in a doll. Tina calls Krieg. An exciting fight breaks out between Lilith and Krieg. Commander Knox from the Crimson Lance also arrives. Tina throws a bomb toward them. Lilith, suspicious of the fact that everyone was after Tina, decides to help Tina and Krieg just as Roland arrives and picks them up. The Crimson Lance forces, who are not few in number, chase and attack. Lilith and Roland shoot at them. Then put Claptrap behind the wheel, and the number robot heads toward the danger zone, where they encounter a dinosaur attack. Now they are under pressure from both the dinosaurs and the Lances. Roland makes the vehicle fly, and while shooting into the dinosaur's mouth, enters it. After an explosion and the dinosaur falling apart, they are saved. Lilith, who wasn't trusted by Roland and Tina, says, "Now that I've caused trouble, whether you like it or not, we're on the same team." They cover their faces with masks and go after a scientist named Patricia, who had drawn up Tina's escape plan. Roland's photo is posted everywhere, and there's a huge bounty on him. A man named Larry recognizes Roland and says that the Lance Nicks will pay him a lot of money. A woman at the cafe tells Lilith about her mother. Lilith lost her mother, who was trying to protect the treasure, when she was a child in Pandora, and since then, she has neither liked Pandora nor heard anything about her mother. Meanwhile, the Lance Nazis show up. As soon as Patricia sees them, she recognizes Lilith. However, Lilith is not happy to see her and wants to leave, but the lack of a safe place forces her to stay. Before her death, Lilith's mother trusted Patricia and entrusted Lilith to her care. However, Patricia stayed there to find the treasure and left Lilith with thieves and killers. During a conversation with Lilith, Tina tells her, "I was made." In fact, Atlas created Tina and is not her father. Atlas was desperately searching for the treasure. He found a piece of the treasure and used Therian blood on it to clone Tina, so there was no paternal bond or love behind Tina's creation. That's when Lilith realizes how dirty Atlas is. Using the treasure's technology, Atlas creates a superweapon. During this time, Tina had been running away from Atlas to avoid unlocking the treasure, because Atlas would lock her up again in his lab and experiment on her. The Lances that Larry had warned about see Claptrap. Patricia says that the second key is in the acidic caves. Meanwhile, Claptrap warns them that the Lances are after them, and they escape, heading toward the acidic caves. The acids in the caves are extremely powerful. After entering the caves, they find a large army of sickos that they need to get past. They all decide that Claptrap should go and distract the psychos to buy them some time. While the immortal robot gets shot, the rest of the group goes after the second key. After finding the key, the psychos suddenly attack them. This is where we witness some really exciting and unique action scenes. Lilith and Krieg fight excellently, but eventually, the number of psychos is overwhelming. Roland, being hero, sacrifices himself to let the others escape and faces the psychos alone. The rest of the team exits via an elevator that had been broken at first. Roland starts fighting and killing the psychos after throwing a doll bomb Tina gave him. Meanwhile, the rest of the team save by teleportation and finds themselves in an old mine. Patricia knows where the treasure is and says the third key is Tina. The next part of their journey in the elevator confirms this. Now, if Tina inserts the two keys into the treasure, the key pieces will disintegrate, and the treasure will open. Lilith breaks the transmitter Atlas gave her, but she receives a message from Atlas and realizes that the transmitter was a tracker all along. Now, the Lance army is on their way to capture them. Atlas threatens Lilith that if she destroys the keys, he will kill all of her team members. Tina witnesses these scenes and loses trust in Lilith, throwing the bomb at her. When Lilith gains consciousness, she finds herself alone. She goes to the house where she had found Tina. Claptrap, upon seeing the location, identifies a file from the past and displays it. It's a message from Lilith's mother, in which she says, "I'm sorry I sent you away. When I found out who you were, I saw Pandora as a very dangerous place for you. But if you ever return, I've set up Claptrap to tell you who you were and what your fate is." Tina and her companions find the treasure. Tina holds the keys and places them on the pedestal, but nothing happens. Meanwhile, Atlas and his team approach with giant weapons and an innumerable army. Atlas asks the Lance Commander to bring Tina back to the lab so they can try their luck with the next ones. When Atlas orders that all of Tina's friends be killed, Nox refuses and joins Tina and Roland's team. Lilith arrives and says that Tina is an Iridian and, in exchange for Atlas letting Tina and the others go, she will unlock the treasure. Atlas agrees. Lilith takes the keys and unlocks the treasure. During an exciting process, we witness Lilith gaining power, and afterward, she descends to the ground with wings of supernatural energy. Atlas tries to enter the treasure but is met with an attack from Lilith. With her powers, Lilith is able to protect her friends from being shot. The conflict between them escalates. Atlas's giant and powerful weapons weaken Lilith with their shots. While everyone tries to defend themselves against Atlas and his army, Tina successfully destroys Atlas's weapon ship. Atlas captures Tina and threatens Lilith, saying that if she doesn't go into the treasure, he will kill Tina. Tina, Atlas, and Lilith enter the treasure. Lilith disarms Atlas and then Tina attacks him. They imprison Atlas forever with a strange creature inside the treasure. In the end, Pandora achieves peace and is filled with joy and celebration.